much for joining me on the WSAZ and Now Desk. Good morning, everyone. I'm Shannon Litton, and we are on a first alert weather day again today. I actually want to show you some video of the snow that our photographer, Quinn Robertson, actually got a little bit ago, just after 9 this morning. This is, of course, along 5th Avenue in Huntington. I can tell you that this snow, of course, we started seeing it in our Portsmouth camera a little, really during our 8 o'clock newscast, and I'll tell you even what, I could see it on my rain camera. 7 o'clock this morning, my driveway was clear. By 9 a.m., it was already covered with a small dusting there of snow, kind of like what you're seeing here in these images. It's not really, it doesn't look like it's affecting too much the traffic there, as you can see, but definitely something to kind of get us prepared for what we're going to be seeing this weekend, and that's going to be looking a lot different. Of course, you were probably tuned into the WSAZ Plus desk here earlier with Tim and Dylan whenever they were breaking down what to kind of expect into this weekend. And of course, we do have the headlines of the day that we want to talk to you about. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and take a look at Dylan's forecast this morning.
Good morning. First Alert meteorologist Dylan Goday here. We are tracking some snow showers to begin your Wednesday. It's eventually going to turn to a wintry mix and then eventually turn to rain as we warm temperatures up later today as the southwesterly breeze increases. We will be quiet though for Thursday into Friday, and don't get too used to that because a significant weekend winter storm is in the cards. So looking at what we're tracking here, first weather days from Saturday through Tuesday due to an impactful winter storm. It's going to impact all of our area. Hazardous travel is likely across the tri-state and really across the region. There have been some notable trends though, and we'll talk about those here in just a moment. But I do want to focus on this morning. We do have that winter weather advisory that continues across Kentucky into southern Ohio. So be mindful of that. That rain snow mix and some snow showers will continue to push through the area, eventually turning over to rain. So damp conditions for the afternoon and into the evening commute. And then that exits overnight and into tomorrow morning, where your Thursday again will be a quiet day for us here locally. But the weekend system, which is what everyone's talking about, we have seen some big changes. An impactful winter storm is likely, but it's trending further north, and that brings ice and sleet into the mix and even just some rain for parts of this forecast, not the entirety of the forecast, which I think that's important because Sunday may turn into kind of some rain showers, but that would fall on top of some heavy snow that will be with us potentially late Saturday. So that just complicates things, could make things really slushy on Sunday, and then we really drop temperatures into Monday. We're going to see some changes with this. Make sure you are staying really tuned to all of our updates here throughout the day because this is a look at the model madness, as we're dubbing it. Yesterday at the midday, the European model had heavy snow falling for all of us locally and even further south than us. Then, just 12 hours later, shows some warm air working in on Sunday and turns things over to rain all the way up to near Morgantown, West Virginia. So, again, the models are having a difficult time with this. There has been that notable trend, though, with some warmer air working in on Sunday. But as this shows, we're still going to be very cold on Saturday. And that means that we could put down some pretty heavy snow accumulation late Saturday into early Sunday morning before we change over to that rain. And then we could end up with a flash freeze scenario by Monday morning where we're into the low teens, if not the single digits, leading to, again, that slush just icing over. Because look at our temperatures here. We're really cold Saturday. We warm up on Sunday, a little bit above freezing maybe in spots. And then by Monday afternoon, we're in the low teens, if not the single digits, and maybe even below zero by Tuesday morning, and don't really warm up a ton by Tuesday afternoon. So busy forecast with us. We have 4 first alert weather days. Tuesday morning could be one of our coldest mornings in nearly a decade for some areas if we get below zero. I mentioned this earlier. Charleston, West Virginia, the coldest you've been since 2015 is 2 below zero. That will be possible by Tuesday morning. So make sure you are staying with the First Alert Weather team for more updates.
first alert weather day situation. I think my mic cut out there for a second, but Dylan, thank you so much for that forecast. Of course, this is something we'll be following throughout the next few days, especially as we get into the weekend with 4 first alert weather days, and of course those lows getting as low as 2 degrees Monday into Tuesday. I mean, that's going to be a shock to the system, to say the very least. But we do want to get to those top headlines for you right now, starting with the water crisis over in Wayne County. That is still going on today, of course, and we're now being told it might be a week before residents are able to use their water in Wayne. Now, Wayne's mayor says pipes are currently being flushed in affected areas. The mayor says preliminary testing shows results within regulatory limits with no petroleum-related impacts identified. Now, he did say additional samples have been sent off to a state lab for more testing, but in the meantime, the do not consume order remains in place, and of course, during the flushing and testing. And they're also saying the process could take anywhere from a week to a week and a half at this point. We did speak with neighbors who are obviously saying this has been an incredible disruption to their daily lives. Water distribution efforts still going on for those who are affected, and you can get some bottled water and some resources there at the Eastland Volunteer Fire Department for the time being. Of course, this affecting a lot of folks really in the town of Wayne, and we're still trying to get answers. This is a story, of course, we'll continue to cover throughout the rest of the week as well. So that's just one of the main things that we're following today. We're also following a testimony in a murder trial that is still underway. It was set to start back up this morning at 9:30, and that would be, excuse me, the wrong video. That would be the it looks like doesn't want to give me the right video here. Give me 1 second to try to get you the right video on this. It looks like the video itself isn't wanting to work. That seems to be the problem here, unfortunately. But we'll tell you about it anyway. The testimony, of course, going to be resuming this morning in the trial of a teenager accused of stabbing his grandmother to death, and that would be Amari Powell. He's accused of stabbing his grandmother, Parzella Harris, to death. Now, Powell was 14 years old at the time of the stabbing, which was back in February of 2024, and it happened in the 1900 block of 18th Street in Huntington. Now, a jury was selected yesterday, and lawyers presented their opening testimony, or opening arguments, I should say, to the jury. Now, the trial did pick up at 9:30 this morning, and of course, we'll have an update for you on exactly what happened there later on in our newscasts. Also, another story we're following is the blood shortage that the Red Cross is dealing with. They're telling us that they're in urgent need of blood donations right now. Donations, of course, provide patients with life-saving care. Right now, the requests from hospitals are exceeding the available supply of blood. So the Red Cross is saying that the supply has actually dropped 35% in the past month, and there are several factors leading to the drop in donations, including the flu cases, the weather conditions, and of course, we're about to be dealing with severe weather conditions toward the end of the week, and of course, at the beginning of next week. So if you donate blood this week, you'll automatically be entered for a chance to win a trip for 2 to the Super Bowl, and if you donate from January 26th through the 28th, you'll receive a $20 e-gift card to a merchant of your choice. So some opportunities there for you to be able to donate to the Red Cross as they are dealing with this blood shortage. But that's kind of going to do it for us here for the top headlines for you, as it is 10:56, and we are getting ready now to start Studio 3. I'll give you a quick peek into the studio here so you can see what's going on. Martina getting ready there, as you can see. Any moment now, of course, the show going to be starting. So that'll do it for us here on the WSAZ now, WSAZ Plus desk for now. But of course, we'll have more later on in our later newscasts. And remember, you can always get the WSAZ app for your smartphone. It's free for both Apple and Android. Thanks so much for joining us.